Hello, my amazing artists. Today in this video, we're going to learn how to create secondary colors. We will use two primary colors, mix them together to create a secondary color. So to begin, take your paper, turn it to the back, and write your name and class code. When you're done, turn it over to the front. To begin, we're going to paint the primary colors. Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. If you mix red and yellow together, you will create orange, which is a secondary color. Yellow and blue mixed together create green, and blue and red make purple or violet. So the very first thing we're going to do is paint our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. The first thing you need to do is dip your paintbrush in the water and then wake up your red paint. You're going to do this by loading the paint and then paint that first square red. Remember to have a ballerina brush. That's when your brush stands tall on the tip of its toes, never scooting around on its butt. That's not cute. It has to be dancing on its tiptoes with a good hairdo. That's what we're gonna do. Never have it be a spider brush where we push really hard on the brush and it makes our paintbrush sit flat on our paper. After you've painted your red square, wash that brush really good. Give it a bath in your water cup and dry it off on your paper towel, and then you can wake up your yellow paint. We never mix our paint colors in the paint palette like this. The only place we mix is on our paper. But right now, we're only painting with yellow. Now, if your paint starts to look like mine right there, that means your brush is thirsty. So you need to add more water to your brush, and you can add more paint. That's even more fun. So keep going, paint this second square yellow. When you're done, give it a really good bath. Remember, you're going to make it go in circles in your water cup, but not splashing the water cup. Splashing won't make the brush clean and you'll make a big mess. Okay, the final primary color we're painting is blue. So wake up your blue and paint the third square blue. When you're done painting the blue square, give your brush a really nice bath in the water and dry it off on your paper towel to make sure it is clean. Okay, now let's do some color mixing. We're going to make orange by mixing the primary color red and the primary color yellow together. When we mix red and yellow together, we create the secondary color called orange. So practice that today. You're gonna lay down some red and then don't pick up the yellow right away. Nope, you gotta give your brush a bath. Don't forget that. Always clean your brush first. Then pick up the yellow and look what's happening. I'm starting to mix my paints together. I'm doing nice big brush strokes and I'm going to make the color orange. See how I'm making little circles with my brush? That's gonna help mix those colors together to create the secondary color orange. Now let's make the secondary color green. You do this by mixing yellow and blue. So let's start with yellow. Going to make sure your brush is clean, and then you're going to pick up the color yellow and clean your brush really good and pick up the color blue. Mix those two colors, the yellow and blue, together, and you will create the secondary color green. If you notice that when you're painting, you might have it might be too blue, like that blue is being a little too bossy in my picture right here. So that means I need to clean my brush and pick up some more yellow and see what that does. When you're color mixing, it's normal for it not to look perfect the first time. So if you need to add a little bit of one color or a little bit of the other, that is okay. That's normal. Alrighty, final combination. We're going to mix red and blue together to create purple. That's our last secondary color, purple. So clean your brush, pick up the red and paint with the red. Then I'll clean my brush and paint with the blue. Congratulations, artist, you just mixed two primary colors to create secondary colors. We will put these on the drying rack and let them dry. Now let's make our mouse paint collage. We're going to start by tracing a painter's palette. A painter's palette is where an artist would put their paint when they're creating a painting. So you're going to use this template. I'm holding it still with my holder hand, and my drawing hand is tracing around the shape. Once you are done tracing the painter's palette, you're going to cut it out. Take your time, do little baby shark chomps, so you're just cutting a little bit at a time and rotating the paper with your helper hand so you can cut around that curved line that you drew. Now we need to cut out this little circle. Well, here's how we're going to do that. Gently fold your paper just a little and do a little snip, and look, now I have a spot where I can fit my scissors into that little cut, and I can rotate and chomp and rotate and chomp and go around and cut out that little circle. How cool is that? Now let's create a paintbrush. You will get to choose a color paper, and we're going to draw a really long curved line on the left and a long curved line on the right. Connect the two lines at the top, and it almost reminds me of like a really big carrot. This is going to be the handle that will represent a paintbrush in our collage. After you're done drawing the paintbrush handle, cut it out. Next, we will use yellow paper to represent the hair of the paintbrush, or the bristles of the paintbrush. So I'm going to kind of make it look like a flame, and I'm drawing this little shape. It almost reminds me of a Hershey's Kiss too, but this is going to represent the hair or the bristles on my paintbrush. Once you have drawn the shape, go ahead and cut it out. Lastly, let's get the little strip of black paper that you will have, and you're going to use that to just add the finishing touch to your paintbrush. So I'm just measuring to make it about the same width of my paintbrush, and then we will glue all these pieces together. You will get to choose a big piece of paper, whatever color you would like, and you need to write your name and class code on your paper. Then turn it over. Now is the fun part. We're going to collage all these pieces we have cut out and create our picture. So first thing I'm going to glue down is the painter's palette. When you are gluing items down to your big paper, always turn it over, put the glue on the back of your paper, and notice how I'm making an outline near the outer edge of my shape. That's going to make sure that my paper sticks flat to my background and I have no loose scraps. If I had any loose pieces, these could fall off, and that would make me really sad. Then when you're placing your paper onto your background, use your fingers and massage your paper so that every piece sticks flat and down to your background. Then you're going to glue down the pieces of the paintbrush that we made. You can choose to put your paintbrush wherever you would like, artist. Just make sure that you put enough glue on each of the little pieces. Take your fingers, hold it down to your paper so it creates a bond and it will stick. Okay, finally, you're going to get your painted paper back, and we're going to use this shape to trace out what will be the body of a mouse that we will use in our collage. So the helper hand is going to hold the tracer still while your drawing hand is going to trace around the shape onto the painted paper. Next step is to cut out each of these shapes. You will have 6 total because we have 6 different colors. 3 are our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and 3 are our secondary colors, orange, green, and purple. With this scrap paper, you can either choose to take it with you today or please go throw it in the trash. Now we are going to arrange our mice so they look like they are on the painter's palette. We're going to put our colors in rainbow order. So when we are looking at the rainbow, we can use the acronym Roy G. Biv. Each letter in Roy G. Biv's name stands for a color. So our colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple or violet. Once you have arranged your colors in rainbow order, now glue down your colors. Our final step in the project is to turn these shapes into mice. So you can draw your little mice like I am, drawing 2 circles for the eyes, a little triangle for the nose, and then an arch like a rainbow for each of the ears. And then for my tail, I'm just drawing a wiggly line. You can choose to make your line as long, as short, as loopy, or straight as you wish. And of course, don't forget to draw little whiskers. Those are going to look really cute. Next, I'm drawing some lines on the bristles of my paintbrush, and I will sign the handle of my paintbrush with my name. That way everyone knows who the artist is. And that's it, artist. I can't wait to see what you create.